At the stroke of midnight, just as the wicked witch predicted, the prince was turned into a cat, albeit a very smart pedigree variety. You could almost call him an aristocrat. And so at first light, before the palace was awake, the prince, with his faithful Boots and Jojo, set off upon the road in the search for Canderel. Whomsoever they met upon the way, they asked, "Do you know of a maid called Canderel?" And always came the answer, "No, Canderel. I know that name. Maybe it was a waitress or..." Let us join our heroes now as they continue their search for Canderel.
Oh, sire, there's a man over there. We'll ask. Perhaps he'll help us with our task.
Is there? Where's the man?
Oh, sire, there's a man we'll ask. Maybe he'll help us with our task.
Is there? Where?
Over there.
Where?
He's behind you.
Well done. We seek a maiden in distress. Not distress, distress. We seek a maiden in distress. We need your help, I must confess. Does Canderel live hereabouts? We need your help to sort him out.
I've never heard of any Canderel. But I've heard of Albert. Do you know about Albert? I'll tell you a little story about Albert. Just a minute.
Will we like that? Yeah. Oh yes we would. Oh yes we would. It's in the script.
Yeah, just sit down and shut up.
Okay.
Albert, for what you've been called thwarted. He had long had an ambition, which was to save up and go to Australia. The saving up, that was the itch. He'd a red money box on the pot shelf, a post office thing, made of tin. But with him and his dad and the bread knife, it never had anything in. It was properly held up for bobbins, as the folk in the mill used to say, till he hit on a simple solution. It's go as a young stowaway. He studied the sailing ships daily, and at last found a ship as would do. SS Tosser. A freighter from Fleetwood via Cape Horn to Woolloomooloo. He went off next morning to Fleetwood. He found her there, loaded and cold. Slipped over the side in the darkness and downstairs into the hold. The hold, it was filled up with choked up with cargo. He groped with his hands in the gloom, squeezed through the bars of what felt like a grating, and found he had plenty of room. Some straw had been spilled in one corner. He thankfully threw himself flat. He thought he could hear someone breathing. But he was too tired to think about that. When he woke, they were out in mid-ocean. He turned and in light, which were dim, looked straight in the eyes of a lion. There was a lion there, looking at him. His heart came right up in his tonsils as he gazed at that big yellow face. Then he smiled and they both said together, "Well, isn't the world a small place?" The lion was none other than Wallace. They were going to Sydney too, to fulfil a short starring engagement in a cage at Taronga Park Zoo. As they talked, they heard footsteps approaching. "Someone comes," whispered Wallace. "Quick, hide!" He opened his mouth to the fullest, and Albert sprang nimbly inside. To a captain on morning inspection, when he saw Wallace shamming to doors, he picked up a straw from his bedding and started to tickle his nose. Now Wallace could never stand tickling. He let out a mumbling roar, and before he could do aught about it, he sneezed Albert out onto the floor. The captain went white to the wattles. He said, "I'm a son of a gun." And before he could do aught about it, said that. The captain went white to the wattles. He said, "I'm a son of a gun." He'd heard of beasts bringing up children, but first time he'd ever seen it done. He soon had the radio crackling and flashing the tale far and wide of a lad who set sail for Australia, stowed away in a lion's inside. The key, it was jammed with reporters when they docked on Australian soil. They didn't pretend to believe it, but were too good a story to spoil. And Albert soon picked up the language when he first saw the sight of the fruit. There was no more "by gum" now or "champion." It were "whack out," "too right," and "you beaut." They gave him a wonderful fortnight. Then, from a subscription they made, sent him back as a parcel to Britain, carried forward, and all excess paid. Well, that's it. I've told my story. I'm going now. So, bye-bye, pussy.
Oh, I really don't know where we are. Do you know where we're going to go next? Oh my goodness! What Chinese mortal this way comes? A three-legged Chinaman? Oh, crumbs!
She had many treasures and twins. Hello was born with these three legs. She said she had too many jeans.
Three legs, he wishes he only had two. Three legs, to save the day.
We must have gone demented. Sat-navs haven't been invented.
Oh, yes, they have. Oh, no, they haven't. Oh, yes, they have. Oh, no, they haven't. Oh, yes, they have. There's one behind you. There you can have it. Oh, my darling. Yeah, that's lovely. Got a bit of music as well. That's lovely. No further, you'll fall over.
Take the king! Take the king! I am a sat-nav! I am a sat-nav!
Oh, please do not exterminate. We wish that you would just determinate what is in fact our position. If it's not an imposition. Where are we going? Directions.
You arrive on time! You are still on the fastest route!
We're still on the fastest route. Take it all down, Boots.
You must proceed on foot!
Proceed on foot. Yeah, we know that.
At the next junction, take the second star on the right!
Second star on right.
And then continue into the night!
Marvellous. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. I think you can go now. No, look. Knock, knock. Doctor. That's right, look.
There you are. At least you've not gone too far. I've searched the whole galactrophy. We don't want a catastrophe.
No, we don't. Take him away.
Oh, come on, off back.
Goodbye.
I'm a prince, not a cat. I'm a prince, not a
All
cat.
right. Oh, keep your ears on.
Oh, sire, we must find a place to rest. Yes, we must.
Yeah, we must. We really
Find a
must.
place to rest. Oh, sire, we've done our best.
Oh, yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So we must find a place to rest.
Yes, we must.
I think there must be around here an inn. I think I can hear a distant din.
This way, I think. By the way, this is now the interval, so it's time for you to get your raffle tickets and your wine and your mince pies. So, lots of lovely prizes in the raffle.